that company if it's banned?
Look, grilling is the right word for what's going on. I was just listening to the hearing on Capitol Hill just moments ago. It's taken a break from its 4 hours of questioning of the TikTok CEO, and it's a really heated debate I was listening to. From what I can identify, there are two key issues that members of Congress are challenging TikTok on. One is the ties to the Chinese government. As you know, there's always question marks around issues of surveillance, around propaganda being promoted. That is what he is addressing, saying that he's committed to maintaining a firewall, that no access by any government will be allowed on the platform. But with the Chinese government, there's always a question mark. The other thing, Sal, that's interesting is a lot of members of Congress are really grilling him on the toxic effect of social media in general. This is something that we've seen by members of Congress, not just with TikTok, but with Meta and Instagram and Twitter. And so they're coming at him with big existential questions of whether social media is doing enough to protect young people in particular. I mean, the stats that they were throwing out there is 2/3 of U.S. teens, of youth, are on the app. 95 minutes per day they're spending on the app. So they're coming at this executive with large questions. So far, he says that, again, TikTok is committed to firewalling data, preventing foreign access. I just don't know if that's going to be enough to convince these leaders.
Shibani, one of the proposals that TikTok has made is that the data stored will be stored in America for American users by Oracle, which obviously, you know, is in a Bay Area company. So do you think that's going to satisfy this committee if all the data of our users is not stored in China?
If it were going to satisfy, it should have done so by now. This server transfer happened a while ago. The U.S. data that is collected by TikTok has been held in servers, I believe, in Virginia, but certainly on U.S.-made servers in the United States and Singapore. And so if the physical location of the data mattered to these congressional leaders, it would have mattered already and would have been factored and taken into account. I think what the big question is whether or not Chinese government has the ability to access it. And TikTok maintains that so far it has not done so. It will not allow the Chinese government to do so. But you just never know. And the one thing he does admit is that engineers of TikTok, no matter where they might be located, because it has a global workforce, does have access to the U.S. data. You just wonder about the security. And again, I'm not hearing anything from TikTok so far that's leading me to believe that these congressional lawmakers are actually getting convinced by anything he's saying.
Shibani, one last question here, and that is, if you're an American